gun while being addicted to drugs in 2018. This marks the first time in U.S. history the child of a sitting president has gone on trial. Biden has pleaded not guilty to the 3 charges. Opening statements are expected to begin Tuesday.
U.S. veterans who stormed the beaches of Normandy are starting to arrive in France ahead of this week's milestone D-Day anniversary. Crowds have gathered at French airports to cheer the veterans, many of them were older than 100.
I lost some great friends, and all of those people out there on their crosses and unmarked graves are the true heroes.
Ceremonies are planned to mark the 80th anniversary of the important World War II turning point. President Biden will be among the world leaders in France to attend ceremonies on Thursday. Others in attendance will include King Charles III and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. Major League Baseball is investigating a current Padres player for betting on games. More from Jack Cronin.
Padres infielder Tucupita Marcano, who hasn't played in the majors since an injury in July of last year and hasn't played for the Padres since 2021 or since being reacquired from Pittsburgh, is now being investigated for betting on games while he was with the Pirates. The Wall Street Journal says Major League Baseball could potentially ban the 24-year-old Marcano for life for betting on Pirates games while he was playing for the team last year. He was originally signed by the Padres and traded to Pittsburgh in 2021 before being claimed off waivers again in November while still injured.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning to you. It is time for Coffee Ann here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. Across the way, Ed Carew from the Carew Investment Group. And good morning to you, Ed.
Good morning.
And Linda Tebow's right here with us as well. Hi, Linda.
Good morning.
Nice to have both of you here with us. And Ed, time for your first message from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Are you retired or retiring soon? Well, that's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment.
Wow, you moved.
Yes, there we were, gone.
There we were gone. That's right. They used to be here, and now they're over here.
At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, and just reading your weekly reports that you email out.
Yeah.
Last week, not such a great week.
It wasn't a bad week. It was. You're going to get a lot of volatility at this time of the year because, first of all, the earnings are just about done.
Okay.
You know, the bulk of them were done last week. I think there's a few stragglers left this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think 10 S&P 500 companies out of 500 are left to report. So, you don't have that, earnings reports, good earnings, and what are they saying for the next quarter? Well, that's all behind you. So now they're going to be concentrating on the all of the news coming out by the Federal Reserve, whatever the individual presidents might say regarding inflation. You're going to have all of the other types of things, all of the not reports, but the like inflation, the consumer price index, all those types of things that come out every week. So people are going to be reading that and interpreting it in their own way, not paying attention to what earnings have done or are projected to do. So that's part of it. Then another big part of it is you've got the elections coming up. It's not that far away.
A couple of months, yeah.
Well, about 6 months, but you've got the conventions, you've got debates
and that affects
coming.
The stock market?
Well, it affects the day-to-day activity because the candidates promise you everything under the sun, so that they can get elected.
Right.
And some of it makes no sense, and some people are smart enough to understand that it makes no sense, and they ignore it, and other people, don't ignore it.
Yeah.
Or are afraid of what's going to happen if the this guy gets in, and so you have volatility, and you get vacations.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, all of these things tend to affect how the market acts, especially on an election year.
Okay, and we had it on our national news today because it said, Biden's coming out with his border thing and how he's only going to let few in for asylum, and then they have to go back to their own country before the numbers go down. And of course, the other side said, "Well, you're trying to fix a problem you created." So.
How's that working for you?
How's it working out for you? That's right. So.
How's that working for you?
All right. Well,
Yeah, I mean, if this is the solution, why did it take
So long.
almost 4 years to do it?
because we're 6 months out from the election.
Exactly.
why.
And I could say,
Exactly.
look, I'm taking care of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So vote
Yeah.
me back in. So,
And there are going to be those that are saying, well, how about the poor, this is the magic number. I forgot what it is. What is it, 4,000?
per day? Is that what it is?
There's some,
2,500.
huh? There's
2,500.
2,500, there's some magic number in there. But how about those poor people that you're sending back?
Yeah.
That's not fair. So there'll be controversy around that, I'm sure.
And I'm thinking, sorry, we've hit 2,500. You people going to have to wait. No, they're not.
Well, no,
Aren't they
they're
just gonna
still
keep
going.
sneaking
They're
in?
going to still keep coming
Yeah.
through. They will.
I don't want to. I'm not here to seek asylum. I just want to get into the country.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, he's working on it. There we go. How was the Memorial Day festivities in North Smithfield?
It was very nice.
good.
Very nice. You know what it is? We have a the parade is small.
Yeah.
It's like, well, loosely we say 2 divisions, but really it's we have
One
one
big
big
one.
well, yeah, because we have 2 people with flags and stuff like that, the firefighters and the police, but we have, the high school band was there. They were awesome. They were really awesome.
Good.
And, still, it just does your heart good. Because I usually march with the veterans because I still take part in the ceremony with them. And coming down North Main Street, and it is so cool to see that the people on the parade route all have flags, on their lawns and
Oh, nice,
everything, and
yeah.
they're there. And the picture that I wanted to take, but I didn't have my phone with me, at one section there must have been 10 or 15 little ones sitting on the curbing with their red, white, and blue on, and their little flags.
Little-
and yeah. And I'm like, now, see, that's what it's all about, so that, they get to realize, what it truly is all about, that we're
Yes.
remembering those that gave everything in service to our country. And then we had the ceremony at the Memorial Town Building. Then everybody went down to Lindy's, where they had, hot dogs.
Oh, there you go.
Hot dogs and beverages. And so it was nice. Very small town, very,
Yeah.
it's like a slice of Americana, but at least we still do it.
That's right. So
We
that's,
still, we still,
and people come out to watch it.
they do.
They do,
They
so-
really do.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
they
great.
do. And it's nice. The weather, we thought we might see rain, but
Yeah.
it was perfect, actually. The sun wasn't beating down on us, and there was a
Okay.
little breeze, so yeah, it was really good.
All right, great.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it went well. All right, things going on in the news. And I just got the word of this. I saw it yesterday because it's near where I live. A man has passed away because he decided to go swimming in Massachusetts in the Norton Reservoir.
He jumped in off the boat. Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now there are signs up. The Norton Reservoir is basically within a half a mile of where I live, and I can walk to the Norton Reservoir and just
Yeah.
hang around and look at the swans.
Yeah. Oh, so beautiful.
That swim
Yeah.
out there, and the ducks and the
Yeah.
geese, and I see if I see any of the wildlife that are around. But the swans come back
Aren't they-
every year.
Oh,
and
yeah, they're
beautiful.
gorgeous. Yeah.
And but there are signs up, and they don't want you swimming in the Norton Reservoir. Actually, probably any reservoir. There's no swimming, but boating is allowed. And people have their boats that have a waterfront property along it, and you see most of them all have boats. And there are little islands that are in the Norton Reservoir that you can boat out to and walk around, I guess. But really, the swimming part is really, we really don't want you to do this. But this person did decide to jump off the back of his boat, and the people and he was with people, and he just never resurfaced. This was about 7:30 last night.
I wonder what happened,
When they-
though.
The only thing I think of is he jumped in, and you go down, and your feet get stuck in the muck that's at the bottom, or under a branch, or something, and he just got stuck and couldn't get out, and now you struggle and you struggle and you struggle,
Yeah.
and eventually you pass out,
Yeah.
and then you drown.
Yeah.
And so they did recover his body.
They did.
The people on the boat did call 911. Dive teams came out. Took them a little while,
Yeah.
but yeah, they didn't say. They just said they recovered the
You
body.
know, if they said he dove in and maybe hit a rock, but he jumped in.
He jumped in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think he. Or maybe he did hit a rock and break your leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't say why he couldn't come back up.
That's
so.
something.
But it happens every now
Yeah.
and then. So it's just
So sad.
it is, and just something you gotta be aware of. So,
Yeah.
so that's what happened up in Norton, Massachusetts. All right. I saw this story yesterday. Had to laugh because the Hooters restaurant on Airport Road in Warwick, there was only one in Rhode Island, has closed.
Yep.
And now they closed a few years ago because they got hit. Well, they closed in like 2015, which is quite a while. It's almost 10 years now. They closed in 2015 because they got hit with a lot of ice damage one winter. And they closed for 5 years, which is a long time to stay closed. And they finally put a new roof on. I don't know if they had trouble with their insurance company or what, but it cost $485,000
Whoa.
for new roof and whatever other damage was going on. They finally got that all straightened out, and they opened back up in 2020, just in time to close back down because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So things get better. They open back up again, and now they've closed. And you know what the reason is, Ed?
No, I don't know.
Linda knows because that's why she's laughing. They are blaming the closure of the Washington Street Bridge in East Providence. Now, I know Rhode Island is a small state, but East Providence is a pretty good distance from Airport Road in Warwick.
It is. Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
And I actually read the statement, and I don't know who wrote it, but the statement actually said it's because of the closure of the Washington Bridge. And I said, it never closed. You've got your wording incorrect.
Right. Yeah.
And so, kicking it around with Dave this morning,
Yeah.
they say, well, they're trying to get money.
Oh, because those businesses are going to
they-
get financial
if they
aid.
can
Yes, they are.
prove
Yeah.
that their business suffered
Yeah.
because
of the bridge.
Because of the bridge,
Yeah.
they can get
They're gonna-
federal money.
They're going to get money.
I'm like, well, how do you prove
Yeah.
that bridge over there
You don't have to go over
affected
the.
you over here?
Yes, I mean you don't have to go over that bridge to go there. Yeah.
Well, just the way it was explained to me. Well, if you can prove
Well, there
that
was that a lot of people from
your-
East Providence
well, that's it. If you can prove that your clientele
was over there.
is coming from East Providence, Seacock,
Yeah.
Swansea,
Yeah.
using that bridge to come to you, and now they can't or won't,
Yeah.
you'll get money.
Wow. And they
I'm
will.
like- I'm like, well, I don't know if they will.
No,
This is tough to prove. Did you save all those credit card receipts
Right.
that show where your
Where you
clientele and
come
possibly your employees too
Yeah.
are coming from, and do you hit that threshold where you can
Yeah.
receive money?
But right, and so that's interesting. But it was just like during COVID, and everything was shut down, and all the people that kind of ditched everybody, and said, well, we, our business went broke too because of that, and
Yeah.
they got money, and some people never even owned a business.
Right.
So
lot of
it's
fraud.
a lot of fraud, a lot of fraud, and I can see, hey, if they can get a freebie, they're gonna give it a shot, right?
You think they got a leg to stand on, Ed?
Yeah, maybe. You know,
Maybe.
I mean, there's certain ways of showing that your clientele came from there. I mean,
Yeah.
you mentioned
Yeah.
credit card
Yeah.
receipts. That
Yeah.
could be one way.
Yeah,
It could have, they could have like a loyalty card, and sort
Program,
of say,
okay.
oh, our loyalty program shows that if we've got 75 people that are on the other side of the bridge, that generally come here once or
And-
twice a week,
and now they don't.
Now they don't. I mean, there's probably other ways of showing that they have lost some business, maybe to the point where it is unprofitable to keep the restaurant open. They're probably
Okay.
not saying that we're not doing any business,
Right.
but they're saying that we are not doing enough business to
Not enough to stay
maintain
open.
the store, the business as it is.
All right. I just thought it was a long shot.
A long shot is
Well,
better
these
than
guys-
no
No
shot.
shot.
Well, you're right about that.
You're right
And,
about that.
So, I was gonna make another point about Hooters, but okay. So there's only one in Rhode Island. I don't know if Ed or Linda, if you've been to a Hooters restaurant. I have, but in Boston. I haven't been to the one in Warwick. And their big claim to fame was always their chicken wings.
Yeah.
Are supposed to be, the best you've ever had.
Yeah.
And the beer is the coldest. It's always at the perfect temperature. Well, I don't know how they refrigerate it, but that's what it is. Okay. So I'm at an event, or I was going to an event with some friends. And it was going to be at the Garden in Boston, and Hooters is right around the corner. So, all right, we're going to go there first. Okay. So we went there, and they were right about the beer. The draft, and it came in, your frosted mug, I think, and boy, this is top notch. This is cold stuff. This was great. And so, well, it was the first time we had all been there, so the big thing was the chicken wings. Okay, so we ordered chicken wings to eat.
You have
And I'm telling you, I don't know if we were there on a bad day or what. The most flavorless chicken I have ever had. I go,
False advertising.
well, maybe someone else thought it was great.
Yeah.
I don't know. But amongst us, they're like, yeah. It's average at best. Some of the guys, well, they dip the chicken wing in whatever sauces they had. I'm not a sauce person, so I'm eating it plain right out of the basket. I'm like, this is what their claim to fame is. I'm like, I don't. So, but I've never been back, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I hit it on a bad day
Yeah.
or what.
Yeah.
So and then now I can't go to Warwick because they're closed, and I'm not always in Boston. So
There you go. There you go. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Hooters.
just
I-
because of
Just
the name,
because,
or
just because
what
of the name, because everything it represents. But
because of what the girls
members
wear.
of when I was a national president of NAON, we were out in Minneapolis. The Mall of America had a Hooters there.
In the mall, yeah.
Oh yeah, they had a
wow.
roller coaster in the
Oh,
mall.
I know.
I
It's
mean,
huge.
it's like
It's got
I
everything.
never got to go because I was busy working that whole time I was there, the whole 10 days. But members of my family did go, and they had a very fun time.
Did they like the chicken?
They didn't talk about the chicken wings.
You talked about the beer.
yeah. The beer and the
All right.
and the whole.
So you didn't go
I did
because
not
you were
go.
working. Ed, have you ever
Yeah.
been to Hooters?
Once.
And did you have the chicken?
Yes.
And what'd you think?
It was good.
It was just good.
Yeah.
Not
good.
not it was the greatest you've ever had.
No, probably not.
Okay.
But it was good. Didn't have a problem with it.
We
And
had a-
then
we
this
had a
was,
problem with
of course, of course, this was in Aruba.
Oh, well, okay.
So-
They have
you
a
know,
Hooters in
all right.
Aruba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, things have changed since I've been there.
All right.
Wow.
Well, that's it. Well, that's what's going on with Hooters and down in Warwick. I just
Oh,
thought it was
gee.
so funny that they blamed the bridge in East Providence for affecting their
Well,
business.
I think it's
maybe it
a-
has, but I just don't see it.
As you said, it's a long shot, but
I think so.
any shot's better than none,
And
right?
I don't remember what I wanted to say. When Hooters was closed
Yeah.
from 2015 to 2020, now Hooters is a franchise,
Right. Sure.
and there were some owned by the company, I'm sure, but the one here in Warwick is owned by Buddy Cianci's nephew.
Really?
Owns the land and owns the building, and I guess he leases
Really?
it to somebody else with the Hooters name.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, but the Hooters company sued the Hooters in Warwick because it took them 5 years to fix their roof, and said you're giving you're giving our name a bad name.
Oh, okay.
You're ruining our brand
Okay.
by
all
not
right.
reopening. And I don't know where
Oh.
that went, but they came after them and said, hey,
That must have been on
we're
the
going to
news.
take your
Yeah.
franchise from you if you don't do something. So.
Okay. The plot thickens.
The plot thickens. All right, we got to take our first break here on the Coffee and program. So, Ed, time for a second message, please, from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Integrity, trust, service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that you know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, give us a call at 765-8880. Integrity Trust Service, the Carew Investment Group. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thanks. And the Coffee and program will continue. You can call in your comments and questions at 766-1240.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio.
It is ON Radio, and thanks for joining us here on the Coffee and program. Joe Callahan with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. Linda was just bringing up about our Business of the Day prizes. No, like one more week.
Oh, it's one more
People
week?
have a whole week to get their list into us, and we're going to draw next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
For the $100, $75, and $50
Sure.
gift
Okay,
certificates. Winners next week. So if you still want to get your Business of the Day list into us, please do. Mail it in to 985 Park Avenue in Socket, Rhode Island, 02895, or feel free to walk it on in. We'll take them that way as well. So we got an etiquette question for you.
Etiquette?
Yes, because I saw it. If you read this in the call and Times already, don't spoil the fun here. It's in the Dear Abby column today. So did you read it?
No.
No, Ed, you haven't read Dear Abby this morning?
No.
Okay, here comes the question. All right, a person wrote in and says, I have a friend who, anytime we eat out, if the server tries to take her empty plate and others around her weren't done eating, she will stick her hand out to prevent the server from taking the plate. Now, she says it's rude to take a plate when others haven't finished their meal. Now, the person that wrote the letter, I think it's rude for her to do that to the server. Who's right? Is what it comes down to. And the person that writes, Dear Abby, went out to Emily Post. So there's an actual, the etiquette lady. So there's an actual rule. So who's right? The server or the person sitting at the table? Ed's thinking, Linda's thinking. Ed, you go to the Stone Forge all the time.
Yeah.
Ever run, does this happen there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, they do it all
always
the
take
time.
they always take the dirty dishes if you
Yeah.
finish first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So, I'm not sure because they do.
Yeah.
They take
I mean,
it,
I don't
yeah.
know if they're wrong.
Yeah.
Or if what is it?
Emily Post.
Emily,
Yeah.
what did Emily say?
According to Emily Post, when a server removes someone's plate before everyone is finished eating, it can leave the impression that those still eating are holding things up. And those who are done can be left feeling that they rushed the meal. So they're saying the server
Shouldn't do it.
is wrong.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
When did Emily Post write this?
I don't have a
Yeah.
I don't have a
it could be
year.
100 years ago.
She
could
hasn't
be.
been around in a long
could be.
time. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the rule is, you don't start eating before everybody at the table has their food.
Right.
And
Well, that makes
That's
sense.
that has always been
Yeah, that's just.
But I
common
see that-
courtesy to your group.
your group, yeah.
right.
But I've seen that people don't always
I have-
observe
No,
that.
that is true.
They don't always
But,
observe that.
but sometimes the server will say, "Oh, it's going to be a while for your meal for whatever reason,"
Yeah.
and so that person will say, "Well, others go ahead
Yeah.
and start without me while I'm waiting for mine
Well,
to
yeah,
come."
and that usually happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So, but
Yeah.
what it doesn't say in that one is, because most of the time I'll say it, and Ed, you've probably seen this, Linda, you've probably seen it as well. The server just doesn't come over and reach in
no.
and grab the plate and just take it away. They always ask,
Yeah.
Yeah.
May I take this
"Can
away?
I take this away?"
Yeah.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
and then if you want to say no, I'm whatever reason.
Yeah, sometimes they'll say, "You still working on that?"
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even if your plate's
Working on it's empty.
it's empty, even if it's completely
Not gonna eat
clean,
the plate.
even if it's completely clean, they still say, "Is it
Yeah.
okay if I
Yeah,
take that away?"
I mean,
So-
nobody comes in and
yeah,
just
sure.
grabs it.
No,
I've never seen
no.
that
Right.
happen.
I haven't seen that happen
No.
either. Maybe the writer's from California, so maybe that's what's happening in California
Well, you
restaurants. So, I don't know.
That's California.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, right. That's
That's
a different
California for
country.
you, right? That's a whole other country. Yeah.
Funniest thing I've ever seen a waiter do, and it happened a few years ago, back at Disney World. I don't know if you know the restaurant. It's at Hollywood Studios called the 50s Primetime Cafe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm eating there. I'm having fried chicken, which is terrific, mashed potatoes, and whatever vegetable they were serving that day. And I'm very good at finishing the whole thing. And so all that's left is about 3 bones. And our waiter comes by and sees it. And he stops and he's just amazed. And he's looking at it, and then he turns to my wife, not to me, but to my wife, and says, "Don't you feed him at home?"
Oh, that's good. I hope there was no
Now
manager.
check that one out with
And
every
I-
post.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
think-
the.
I think that's a no-no.
But no, that's the whole point of that particular restaurant is for them to be funny, make jokes like that.
Right, yeah.
Because your mother and the father and your aunt and uncles are in the kitchen cooking. These are all your cousins.
Yeah.
Serving you.
You're right.
And it's because it's their turn to work. It'll be our turn to work
yeah.
later. And so they serving you. But that was a funny.
Well,
they're
that's-
allowed to make really funny comments like
Yeah.
that.
That's funny.
Don't just
but
even
you know-
serve them at home.
You know, the thing about that, take eating before everybody else. I was at an event, I forgot when, and it was a veterans thing, and this couple that's always at these events, the woman said, we always try to wait, but we were stationed in Germany, and in Germany, when they serve you, they want you to eat now.
Right then.
Because
Okay.
it's hot and and that's how we're serving it to you. And she said, and that seems to be the norm there.
Oh.
That no, you don't wait for everybody else to get their food because then your food will be cold and then it won't be tasting as good. So I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah.
different.
That's an excellent point.
Well, it is, and I had never heard that before, but I said, so there are different cultures and,
Yeah.
Do it
and,
differently.
and what's okay in one place isn't in the other. So
Right.
in California, it's
Yeah. I guess
whatever.
You wait for everybody to finish before you
Yeah.
pour all
Yeah.
the dishes.
yeah.
Okay. Next time in California, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, I know at Stone Forge. A lot of times I'll get the kale soup as one of the sides. I love
Okay.
Yeah.
kale soup,
Yeah.
and they'll always ask, "Do you want the kale soup now, or do you want
with
it
the
with
meal.
your meal?"
Yeah. Okay.
And so,
Yeah.
No, bring it right now.
yeah.
And keep bringing it.
I'll tell you when to stop.
That's right. All right. Back here in up in Massachusetts, Ed, our state secretary of elder affairs has quit. I didn't even know we had one, but Elizabeth
What, is
Chen.
she too old? She's too old.
No, she abruptly quit. She submitted her resignation on Friday
Yeah.
and said, "That's it, I'm done." She was making $146,000 a year,
Whoa.
and she quit this job. And she's held the job since being appointed by Governor Charlie Baker back in 2019. Gave no reason for her departure. She just informed the staff of the decision in an email sent on Friday. That's it. It's my last day.
She's got a better offer.
It doesn't give her age, so maybe she wants to retire. Maybe she did get a better offer.
Yeah.
Going to another state.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we're elder affairless.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone has this.
We don't use that elder anymore in this state. We have the Council of Healthy Aging now. It used to be the Council on Elderly Affairs, but
Yes.
now it's Healthy Aging,
Okay.
OHA.
Is elder affair okay instead of elderly? Or are we just splitting hairs?
Yeah.
We're splitting hairs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's funny in every town in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
it seems. You know, like you have the Gus Ayot Center.
Yeah.
In Mass, they call it the Council on Aging.
They are, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Well, it is the council. Well, you know, and I at first, I spoke at the Council of national meeting on the Council of Aging, and that's when I learned. Like they all have a minivan.
Yeah.
They all have a
Yes.
minivan, and they're not called senior centers. They're all
Right.
Council
On
on
Aging,
Aging.
yeah.
So I did. I got,
Okay.
I did get to learn about that. But and yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I have to say, Massachusetts is very generous to those Council on Aging places.
In what way?
Well, because they fund it by how many people are served. You know,
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
So if you have 100 people that you serve, you get so much money. But if you serve,
Well,
like Brockton would have like
yeah,
500.
I mean, it's not, per day kind of account,
right.
but you know what I mean? This
Yeah.
is how many probably in the year that we service
They
these.
do a lot of stuff at the COA in
Yeah,
Middleborough.
yeah,
You know? I mean,
yeah.
they have dinners every day.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I think it's like $2 or $3 or
Yeah,
something
that's-
for a full
yeah.
meal, and they'll actually go and deliver them with that van to people who can't come over if
They
they're,
use that, yeah.
Yeah, if they're
See,
unable
here we
to
have the
come.
Meals on Wheels. So we have the congregate, well, now it's called the community table, and it's a $3 donation. But Massachusetts really funds those Council on Agings very well, very well. And there's one it seems there's one in every, no matter how small,
There's one in every town.
there's one in every town.
Yeah.
Millville,
Yeah. You think they'd be together with Blackstone?
no.
But yeah, but they get their
You
own.
know, and Blackstone has a very small one, but they have
Yeah.
very good activities happening. Millville, I don't think it's open every single day, though. It never used to be. But, so they do. And, Elder has a more dignified sound than elderly, I think.
It does.
But we're healthy aging now.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and Program. Time for the weather forecast, which is looking very, very nice. And this weather forecast is brought to you by Macy's.
Mostly sunny skies today with a high of 79 degrees and a calm wind. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, overnight low of 56. Wednesday's weather, partly sunny skies, 82. Thursday, 70% chance of a shower or thunderstorm, mostly cloudy skies at a high near 71. Friday, some leftover showers in the morning, becoming partly sunny with a high of 74. Saturday, partly sunny and 70. Sunday, partly sunny and 73. And next Monday, partly sunny skies, 74 degrees.
Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street. Bright sunny skies and 72 degrees. Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple of clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
Hi again, everyone. This is Dave Richards here, and as I'm walking up to the second floor showroom at the all-new family discount furniture store known as Coletta's Furniture at 598 Wood Avenue, Brad Coletta is with me here.
So Dave, what we have here is we have a lot more space at this location. This is actually an Ashley Power sectional with an iHome system in it.
It's got like a tablet in it that controls everything.
Correct, yeah. So all the controls for the power head, power neck, power lumbar, power feet, zero gravity, reclining sectional runs off of that tablet. It also is a wireless charger.
It's got speakers, Bluetooth. It's got phone charging in 2 different ways.
Yeah, wireless charging plug-in. This has got the USB charging ports. So
It's even got 110 volts in it.
yeah, sure. It's got a lot of stuff going on. But now at the new location, we are able to display and bring stuff like this. And this is just one example of something that is new that people haven't seen yet.
Plus at a price you can't get anywhere else at the family discount furniture store known as Coletta's Furniture here at 598 Wood Avenue in Woonsocket.
Join us at the Honey Shop and embark on a journey of discovery, healing, and creativity. Now, whether you seek solace in meditation, rejuvenation through sound, artistic expression through paint, or spiritual insights through cards, we invite you to explore, learn, and grow in our welcoming and nurturing space. It's a new space. Embrace the magic within and unlock your true potential at the Honey Shop Academy. In the former CMM picture frame, in the same building where the Honey Shop store is, it's a new space for you. Now, tickets must be purchased in advance for the Honey Shop Academy. The next meeting is this coming Saturday morning, the 8th, from 10 in the morning till 12 noon. Meditation, lavender fields. Step into the serenity of a lavender field and immerse yourself in an amazing journey, including your own peaceful video, aromatherapy, guided meditation, Reiki, and 3 individual card readings at the Honey Shop Academy in the former CMM picture frame space, the same building as the Honey Shop store is, there on Park Avenue. Call 401-766-1488 for tickets, or purchase them on our Facebook event ticket link at the Honey Shop.
Hi, I'm Greg Bell, the host of When Radio Was.
I'm Mortimer. Bill. Is that you under that blindfold? Bill, with this thing on, I can't see who I am. No, I imagine not. Can't you see anything at all under that blindfold? On a clear day, I can see the blindfold. You can? Yeah.
When Radio Was, shows from the past for today's imaginations.
When Radio Was airs Monday through Friday, right here on ON 1240 Radio at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
It is Coffee In here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. And the next thing we want to bring up, and this is coming from the city of Woonsocket, they'll be flushing the hydrants in the following areas on Tuesday evening. Diamond Hill Road from Mendon Road to Pine Swamp Road. Mendon Road from Diamond Hill Road to Pine Crest Drive. Rock Ridge Drive. Elder Blue Meeting House Road from MacArthur Road to Halsey Road. Bound Road from Diamond Hill Road to Glode Lane. Also, Halsey Road from Elder Blue to Nimitz Road, including all side streets in the areas. The flushing will start at 9 p.m. Tuesday night, June 4th, and continue until 5 a.m. Wednesday, June 5th. So coming up next week on the 14th will be Flag Day.
Yes,
And
indeed.
Linda wanted to talk about is something going on at the Guest AI Center?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an annual thing that we've done every year. We collaborate with the Harris School. Mrs. Greco brings down her third graders, and they sing some patriotic songs for us. And then what we do is, I don't know if you've ever seen the flag folding ceremony. It's a very solemn ceremony, and it's really very nice. And so we use 6 students and 6 veterans, and they fold the flag, and they get to learn what the flag is all about. And so this year it is being sponsored by the city of Chris Beauchamp and the city of Woonsocket. The luncheon part is, so it'll be good, and they will be in attendance as well. So if you're interested, just give us a call at 766-3734. You have to register so we know how many for lunch. So and register by tomorrow. No, that's why I wanted to talk about it today. It'll be really good. It's something that we've done every single year, and it makes the kids. The kids are thrilled to come down. They walk down.
Well, sure, they get out of school.
They get out of school, and they just, they shake the hands of the veterans. Yeah. Thank you for your service, and they really sing well.
Oh, good.
They really do. They do a nice job.
They're practicing. So
yeah. And then, so it's intergenerational, and then everybody stays for lunch. And
even the kids?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
And then they walk home, and we give them all a flag. So it's quite a nice event. I think we've been doing it, gosh.
Is this the same group of kids that come down at Christmas time? And
they're the same ones. And that's how it started.
Yeah.
I think it started in 2012 or 13 was the first time that the kids came down for that. I said, let's invite them. And the veterans that we have, the Vietnam Veterans Chapter 818 of the American Veterans, Vietnam Veterans, and so they'll be there. We'll have 3 tables of those guys, and so they all have a good time. But these kids are meeting the veterans, and they hear that word veteran. What does that mean?
Right.
And last year we had Norman. He's World War II. He took part in the ceremony as well. Yeah. So and then we have that wonderful wall of honor, and the kids will say, is your husband there? Or and they go up and look at all the pictures, and they really have a good day.
Good.
And they learn something. But we've been doing this for a long time. But this year, it's nice. The city of Woonsocket's picking up the tab for the lunch for us.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so that's nice. So
All right, so
give
that's
us a
Friday
call.
the 14th.
Yep,
Very good.
10:30.
Thank you. All right, back in Massachusetts, Ed, Stewart Healthcare. They're being allowed to offer incentives to lenders as they seek $225 million to pay for operations. Wow. Stewart is operating under federal bankruptcy protection as it seeks to sell its hospitals, including 8 in Massachusetts. Stewart's going to run out of money by June 14th, which is next week, as we just talked about,
Flag Day.
which is Flag Day.
Wow.
Unless they get a cash infusion, and lenders have reportedly expressed interest in providing funds. The bankruptcy judge is allowing Stewart to offer incentives to lenders to keep the hospitals running during the sale process. Just
That
doesn't get any better with that.
no, that's going to be terrible for Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of hospitals.
On the good side, though, with the healthcare in Massachusetts, UMass Medical School is sending over 300 doctors, nurses, and biomedical researchers into the healthcare workforce. They all graduated.
Wow.
Yeah, the school has its largest ever graduating class over this past weekend.
Wow.
The Worcester Telegram and Gazette reported Governor Maura Healey urged the graduates, please stay in Massachusetts.
Stay in Massachusetts, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so, well, that's good. 300. It's,
Wow.
I hope they can all find jobs.
In Massachusetts, for yeah.
Well, somewhere.
Or somewhere local.
You
yeah.
know, if you have to go over the border, Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. And
Well,
then-
I don't think they're going to have a hard time finding a job.
No? Okay, good.
There's so much in need.
Yeah. And Stewart has a bankruptcy hearing today, too, Ed. So,
I'm trying to figure out what kind of incentives can be offered.
But that's right. What does that mean? Yeah.
You know, I mean, how can a
We'll give you a
bankrupt
free lunch
company-
or
yeah, what kind
free
of incentive
MRI.
is a bankrupt company going to offer to an,
Yeah, well, how-
an investor?
we'll give you a free operation
Yeah,
of your
yeah,
choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll put a cash down you. Yeah. How does that? What
I
does
don't
that
know, I don't know.
mean, Ed?
I don't know.
Ed,
That's-
oh, okay. I thought.
That's what I'm thinking. What the heck does that mean, you know? Yeah, free operations expires in 8 minutes.
But,
This
yeah.
offer is good for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or do they get to own part of the hospital? Is it? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Could you find out for next week?
Oh, yeah. Let's get right on that. New poll in Massachusetts said housing is a priority for Massachusetts voters. Yep. New poll says that's the top issue for Massachusetts voters. This is out of 700 respondents. Say they want the state government to address this issue. Voters are citing both a lack of housing and the high cost of housing as areas of concern. The poll's margin of error is of 4.4%. But then you got these towns that, like Milton, that they want to put the housing near the T station,
Yeah.
and they want it to be low income.
Well, I
Or-
thought they just said
Well,
more
that's not the right
dense-
word.
No, yeah, affordable.
Affordable. There we go.
Affordable.
They want it to be affordable housing.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
And Milton said no,
yeah,
or the voters said no,
yeah,
and now the state's suing the town.
yeah.
And it happened in another town. I can't remember the other town. Well, didn't this come up in my town, in Mansfield? And we took a look at it. We had a town meeting about it, and said, "Yeah, okay, come on in." we didn't fight the state law,
Really?
so we're not getting sued.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
do you see a housing crisis in Massachusetts, Ed?
Well, there's a housing shortage.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Not
it's
just
in
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
No, it's all over. And a lot of, well, you know, because what is your state called? Everybody is welcome.
Oh,
State-
we're
What do you call that?
Well, a sanctuary state.
You're
we are a sanctuary
you're a s-
state.
Yeah, but
What's the housing?
it
Everyone
has to-
everyone
Right
gets a
to
house.
shelter.
Right to shelter.
Right,
Thanks,
right
Ed.
to shelter.
Right to
So
shelter
therefore,
state.
you have a lot of people. But you know,
Hmm.
all of the Rhode Island, we don't have enough housing either.
No,
Right.
most states don't.
Most
Yeah.
states don't. So it's
No.
not just Massachusetts,
No.
but. And the
And
people,
there's a lot of construction going on.
there is.
Yeah,
Housing
I see a lot of
construction?
construction. Sure, I see a
Right.
lot of housing construction going on. At least you know around where I live.
Okay.
But I
Right.
think the thing is the affordable, you know, and some of the housing that they're wanting to put up in those small little towns of what do they call, you know, not single family housing. you know,
Uh-huh.
multi.
Well, I don't see that.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
I-
that's
you know, I see
that's what they want.
Single-family homes.
Yeah, but that's what they wanted to put
Yeah.
in there.
Ah,
They
okay.
don't want to put in single housing.
I see.
It's not single housing. What is it? Like apartments and such.
Yeah.
That's what they want to put in.
Multi-level dwellings.
Multi-level, no, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a tougher sell.
And
Yeah.
that's tough to sell, yeah.
Mhm.
And you know, but the reason they wanted to put it in that one particular place, it was near public transportation.
Right.
Because you know what I think is sometimes when they want to pick a little town and put it out in the boondocks somewhere with no public, no public transportation, how are they going to get around? How
Yeah.
are they going to go to work?
Yeah.
And,
You know,
that
they-
that brings up another thought to me is if it's a a 10-family house or whatever,
Yeah.
this is not going to be individually owned homes. This is going to be rental properties.
Rental properties. That
And
means
a lot of places don't want additional rental properties.
right, exactly. Yeah, well, and I think sometimes a lot of those big rental properties like that get a bad rap because usually the people that own it are not there. That they don't live
that's
there,
true.
and so they're not as well kept. They're not as
Yeah. People worry about that. Sure.
They worry about
Yeah,
that for sure, and I think they have a legitimate reason to be worried about it. But I know that the reason they want to put it near the trains is because it's public transportation, you know. But and it's kind of I do have an opinion about that. I think the towns should be able to
Vote yes or no,
yes.
and not get sued if
And
they
not
go.
get sued if they don't, because
If
you
the
know
state
many
doesn't
of
like
the
it.
many of the towns have their zoning,
Yeah.
zoning requirements, and that means now you toss that to the wind because we need housing so badly.
I think the state
That-
says,
Yeah.
well, if you don't do what we want, no one's going to do what we want unless we force
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, in Rhode Island, they went through something like that. They made up they passed a bill that said, we need housing. We need, housing, and not just single units. We need that affordable housing, and which is too bad for the people that have paid heavy taxes,
Right.
to have what they have.
All right, we're going to take another break here of the Coffee and program, and you can still call in comments and questions at 766-1240. Sending congratulatory messages to the Woonsocket High School class of 2024 is Hunter Insurance. They've been proudly serving the insurance needs of the people and businesses of the Blackstone Valley for more than 35 years. For home, auto, business, and life insurance, Hunter Insurance is able to offer superior coverage at a competitive price. As an independent trusted choice agency, they are able to choose from a group of reputable insurance companies and underwriters. Visit hunterinsurance.net or call Brian Hunter at 800-696-4678. And once again, congratulations, Woonsocket High School class of 2024 from Hunter Insurance.
Remote car starters are great to have in the summertime. They can cool off the inside of your car when the sun is blazing. Stop by Inferno Audio on Clinton Street in Woonsocket and speak to Keith about how easy it is to have a remote car starter installed in your vehicle. Now, if your air conditioner isn't working in your car, no problemo. Inferno Audio can make it work. So don't drive around with a hot car burning your fingertips. That's not safe. Plus, they can make car keys for any make or model of vehicle, and the price will be far less than the dealership would tell you. Stop in today and see Keith at Inferno Audio, 160 Clinton Street, Woonsocket, just next to KFC.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
And it is Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. And the governor of Massachusetts' partner has a new job, Ed.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
What is it, Joe?
She is the honorary president of the Doric Docent Guides. And what these people do is they offer free tours of the Massachusetts State House. The good news, Ed, this is a volunteer position, and we're not
So she's
paying her.
not getting paid.
No, this position is an honorary position, and it is traditionally reserved for the governor's spouse. So they just get it anyway. So
She used to be.
well, I guess she's not married, but I guess they're just together.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. It just says Maura Healey's partner, not
Oh,
spouse.
partner. I thought it meant the other one that became the judge. Yeah.
That was the ex-partner.
Ex-partner. Okay. Okay.
We're just handing out jobs left and right. That one's paid though. And in case you haven't heard, Cyndi Lauper is going out on her farewell
Yes, a
tour.
farewell.
Really?
Yeah, I thought
Yes.
she did that years ago.
So did I.
Yeah, I haven't seen her appear anywhere.
But she's going to be with. She is coming to Boston. In case you want to go, there's that new concert venue that's right next to Fenway Park. That's where she's coming. October 20th. I think tickets go on sale at the end of this week.
Good to know.
She's 70 years old.
Is she?
Yeah, I didn't realize that she was. Yep, that's where she is. So it's the Girls Want to Have Fun farewell tour. So she'll be singing that tune. And if you want to register for next year's Boston Marathon, and I know you do, registration will take place September 9th through the 13th. That's not a very large window.
For training, no.
Well, to register.
Yeah, to
I mean, you
register,
got 4 days to remember.
Yeah.
And you got to do it,
Yeah.
or else you're not going to
Yeah.
be in. So it'll be the 129th running of the Boston Marathon. It is Monday, April 21st, 2025. They're expecting their usual 30,000 runners are expected to participate.
Awesome.
So, yep, registration for that coming up very soon. Karen Reed trial continues as well.
Yes.
That just keeps going on and on and on. I don't know if you heard this story yesterday. We had it yesterday. We found it kind of amusing. But you've got a pool, Linda.
I do.
Do you have an outside shower too?
No, I
Okay.
do not.
Okay. Most people in this area don't. But if you're down by the water, down by the ocean, you do.
Well, you do. Yeah, sure.
So I
you
know
need it. Yeah.
there's a story in Harwich, Massachusetts. It happened over the weekend. Someone's outside shower. However, they had a mirror somehow positioned in the shower. Well, it was facing the wrong way, and the sun hit the mirror, and it bounced off and set the house on fire.
Oh.
You got to be careful of these things.
Wow.
$100,000 worth of damage.
Yikes.
And
would
nobody
take-
was home, so that was good.
Yeah.
And no firefighters were hurt battling the blaze. But pretty extensive stuff to the kitchen and to the attic.
Wow. Why would you have a mirror in a shower? I mean, I've been down at the Cape and everything. I've used a lot of those outside showers.
Okay.
There's no mirror.
And
usually
we were
they're
trying to
very-
come up with ideas. Maybe people like to shave.
Okay. All right.
Look
Okay.
at your face. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
That's
okay.
really one of.
Okay.
Oh, do you style your hair in the shower?
Just
No. So I don't know.
shower
So,
in and out.
In and out. So we go.
Get the salt off and
Yeah.
You know.
So okay. The in case you were wondering, there's still the cola wars that are going on between Coke and Pepsi. They
Yeah.
keep battling out. There's a third one. Dr. Pepper is now tied with Pepsi for second place.
Really?
Yes. Now this is according to Beverage Digest, and it's all based on sales volume. And they've caught up to them. Coke is still way out in front, by the way, in case you were wondering. They bring in twice the revenue as Pepsi. I didn't realize it was twice. Wow.
Oh, that much?
That's a lot of money. But they say Dr. Pepper's has come up, and they attribute it to heavy marketing.
They've been marketing a lot. Dr.
Yes.
Pepper. They
New
have.
flavors.
Yeah.
And they're going after the kids. You
Yeah.
put their advertisements on the TikTok videos,
Yeah.
which the kids will see.
Yeah.
And they'll say, hey, let's give it a shot.
And they have one that's no sugar now too.
I'm
I
sure
think
they do.
Yeah, they have a
Yeah.
diet Dr. Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I told Dave earlier, I don't know if you guys have tasted Dr. Pepper. I just do not like.
I've
the
tasted
taste.
it. Yeah, it's
like-
very bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a flavor that I enjoyed.
So, and a lot of cherries.
Yeah.
and
I
don't- and
always thought
hate
it tasted
that.
like cherry Coke.
Yeah. and I don't like
that was
cherry
my-
Coke.
That was my
Cherry-
impression of it.
Yes.
Yeah, but cherry Coke.
It's really big down south.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The North Carolina people like it?
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They like Pepsi down south too, because a lot of my friends that were from Georgia and everything, it was Pepsi.
That's strange seeing
Yeah.
a coach from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah, that's right.
Many, I know, but many of my friends, they were Pepsi people, and I was like, really, you know?
Okay. Well, a couple in New York City got very lucky. Last Friday, they were quote unquote magnet fishing at Corona Park, which is in New York City. And I guess you throw a magnet into the water
Yeah.
to see what kind of metal it'll latch onto.
Oh, I was gonna say, what kind of fish
Not a
do you
fish.
get?
No.
I was gonna say, what kind of fish is a magnet?
They're not going after fish. They're going after things.
A thing,
Things
metal.
made of metal.
Okay, okay.
So the couple latched on, and they got a safe.
Really?
And they pulled the safe up,
And Jimmy Hoffa was in it.
and Jimmy Hoffa was not in it. They pried open the safe, and they found $100,000 in cash.
Really? Wow,
Wet
I'm gonna get me a.
Well,
I'm
it
gonna
was
get
wet.
me a magnet.
They found the cash wrapped in plastic, which was unfortunately ruined by water. The man, James Kane, a veteran magnet fisherman, been doing this for a while,
Who knew?
said he and Barbie Agostini had found several safes in the past, most of which were empty or contained some plastic bags to holding smaller amounts of cash. Kane and Agostini were allowed to keep the suspected stolen safe, as there's no way to identify the previous owner.
Wow.
It's all yours.
Wow.
Must be a big magnet, though.
I'm sure it is.
You
this
know,
isn't something you're
I-
buying
you
down at
said
Walmart.
magnet, you know, I'm like,
Wasn't there a magnet fisherman on some bridge in Massachusetts a couple of months ago who was casting into a river and came up with a piece of ordnance, World War II ordnance?
I hadn't heard this.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
All right.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was. It wasn't a hand grenade. I think it was
All right.
a mortar or something.
Was it live? Or was it,
I
they
don't
give it over to the
remember
bomb
that.
squad and you guys take
gave
care
it,
of this?
They did give it to the bomb squad. I
All
don't
right.
know if it was live or.
All right.
They did detonate it at
Wow.
some safe place, but I don't know if it was live or not. They may
Okay.
have just blown it up just to be safe.
But money's money. All you can do is hang it, just hang it up with a clothespin on a line.
Yeah,
In your house. I wouldn't do it outside. And it'll dry out, and now it's perfectly fine.
Throw it in your dryer.
Throw it in the dryer. But wow, it's probably when you become a magnet fisherman, this is what you're shooting for. You're trying to hit.
yeah.
You're trying to hit the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Will we find $100,000
Find a
someday?
leprechaun on the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well,
Wow.
I-
I never heard that term.
I haven't heard that either.
That's
Magnet
why I'm
fisherman.
sorry. I didn't mean. I was saying, what kind of fish are you getting with that?
So
It's a piece of tilapia.
all right. So Linda, being the registered nurse, you always say you shouldn't eat late at night before going to bed. There's a lot of health risks or health deficiencies that are not good for you, kind of thing. And now here's a new one.
Go ahead.
All right, a new study shows that late night eating boosts the risk of developing colorectal cancer. There's been lots of studies showing the risks and benefits of what you eat, but a new study out of Chicago's Rush University Medical College is the first to look at and find a link between eating late and developing this kind of cancer. Researchers studied more than 600 people getting colonoscopies and found that nearly half of those admitting they were late night eaters were more likely to have edemas, Adenomas. What's that word? It's over here.
Glasses on.
Oh. Yeah.
Adenomas.
Adenomas.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Which is a non-cancerous lesions that can become cancerous over time, though.
Yeah.
Scientists think it has something to do with the disruption of the body's circadian rhythms.
Circadian. Yeah,
rhythms due to late night eating.
Sleep. That's your sleep, kind of. Yeah.
So don't do it.
All right. Okay.
All right. Next year, this summer, Paris Olympics.
Yes.
Summer Olympics are coming.
Yeah.
However, Russia is reportedly using AI disinformation campaigns to target the 2024 Paris Olympics. A Microsoft Threat Analysis Center report claims Russia influence actors have been trying to take down the International Olympic Committee's reputation by planting fears about violence at the upcoming games. They're using fake photos, videos, and articles.
That's because they were tossed out of the games.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Was
Yeah.
Moscow up for
Yeah.
the Summer Olympics?
I don't.
And then
I
just
know
didn't
they
get
couldn't
it?
do the Winter Olympics anymore. I don't know about the Summer Olympics
Why can't they do the Winter Olympics?
because they were doping.
Oh, okay.
They were.
I thought maybe it was because they invaded the Ukraine.
No,
and,
no. They had a young skater. She was brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant skater.
And then
But
she's on
flunked
something?
She flunked
Flunked the drug test?
And I was so furious, not for the kid, but shame on her coaches for
for doing it? I think you can
14
get away with
ye-
it?
14 years old.
Yeah.
But they got booted from that. But I don't know if that pertains to the summer as well.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
We'll have to check that out.
Well, in case you thought the cattle rustling was a thing of the past,
Oh yeah.
it's not. Black River Falls, Wisconsin. A man in that town is the prime suspect in a cattle theft case. How about that? The sheriff in Black Rivers Falls announced 20-year-old, he's just a kid, 20-year-old Jennings Christensen's arrest last week. Deputies say he stole cattle worth about $20,000
Wow.
in the middle of the night, just like you see in the movies.
Wow.
And he was quickly arrested, taken to jail. The cattle were returned to their home not long after this person's arrest.
Wow. Wonder if they still
Wow.
do it on horseback, or do they use a Bronco?
Maybe
SUV.
maybe use a
SUV.
truck.
Yeah, SUV instead.
Let's try to get him onto the truck. But that's why they still brand cattle.
Oh, yeah.
I think
With
it
your
was.
that's how you tell that one's mine.
That's mine. Yeah.
And
Wow.
but wow. Cattle rustling is still an issue in the 21st
20 years
century.
old, but 20 years old that he learned that there's a certain amount of skill that must be
That he doesn't have?
that you have to that you have to do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
I guess he thought he could take them and sell them somewhere else and make a decent profit.
Wow.
But
Wow.
there's a lot of money in cattle.
Well, yeah, you've seen the price of beef.
Oh, yeah, that's, absolutely. All right, that'll do it for the show. So thank you very much for listening in, everyone. Always appreciated. Linda Tebow, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
Good luck with your Flag Day registration.
Thank you. We'll let you know how it will go.
All right, great. And Ed Crew, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Have yourself a great day. And stay tuned for Gary Smith of the Crew. Do you remember it's coming your way at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
The Massachusetts House of Representatives